Well, welcome to the Friday Devotional. John Miller here once again. And we are dipping into the Proverbs and seeking to extract some wisdom from these wise sayings. But first, I want to plug a devotional book that I really love, Simply Jesus, Joseph Stoll. And it says, Experiencing the One Your Heart Longs For. This is all about deepening our relationship with Jesus. And I loved it so much, I gave it to all four of our boys to use as a devotional as well, and they loved it. So another recommendation. I want to talk about what Proverbs has to say about anger in regard to self-control, being able to control our emotion. It's important to get to the bottom of why we get angry. Now, you may deal with this in your own life, or you may live with someone who does, but there is a root of anger. It comes from somewhere, whether it's unresolved issues or conflicts from things that have happened in our life, and they're like a volcano that just is ready to erupt at any moment. It may have to do with obsession with possession. That can cause anger. It could have to do with moral impurity in life. That can cause anger. It can have to do with bitterness in our life and having an unresolved conflict that simply is latent, it's there, and different things will trigger it. It's really important to get in touch with this, especially as followers of Jesus. Here's what God has to say, and I'm just gonna, it's all from Proverbs 16:32. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit is greater than he who captures a city. You see the power of self-discipline? The ability to hold back that sin nature that wants to well up inside us at any given moment because of a great frustration in our life at a moment, or someone says something or is acting in such a way that we have to, in our fallen nature, respond in inappropriate display of anger. But it's powerful. It says that, and you can pause this and grab your Bible to look along with me. But again, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. So that, and all of this is going to talk about that self-control. That I realize that maybe this conversation or this situation or this day that's starting out, there's something in me that's agitated, and now I need to control it and hold it at bay and recognize it so that I'm slow to anger. And it says, you're better than the mighty, he who rules his spirit. And that is allowing the Spirit of God to control this area of our life. He who rules his spirit is greater than he who captures a city. That shows the power of it. 15:18, a hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but the slow to anger calms a dispute. So a hot-tempered man will stir up strife. That's what happens with anger. Anger is destructive. It's destructive. There's nothing good that comes from it. It only destroys. But he was slow to anger. So remember, the New Testament talks about be angry and sin not. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. So there are certain things, like I told my children growing up when they would get in an argument with one another, I said, if you're going to be angry about sin that is within your own life, that you see there, be angry at the devil who tries to tempt us to sin. But so it's just something I share with them, and they tend to recall that. 17:14. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam. So abandon a quarrel before it breaks out. Abandon it before it breaks out. So again, that's kind of having the wisdom to know I can see today where this conversation is going to go if we keep talking about this issue. Or I can see my timing to bring up this subject. It's not going to sit well with the person that I'm talking to you. My timing's way off, and it'll create more heat than light. It's just being wise about these things. 15:1, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So a gentle answer turns away wrath. So in other words, I'm in a tense moment with someone, and I want to give a gentle answer or a gentle response, because if it has volatility with it, all it's going to do is create conflict. Lastly, 15:28, the heart of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. Again, the heart of the righteous ponders how to answer. So in terms of self-control in this area of anger, we are thinking before we speak. And not a bad idea when you feel something welling up inside of you to have it as a kind of a mantra, internal mantra of saying, I am going to take 3 deep breaths slowly before I respond to this issue. Just some tips on dealing with anger, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, void of anything that looks like anger. Bye-bye.